Just always assume that nothing is going the way that you want it to, and just prepare for the worst.
Right? It's
That's
so
it.
crazy.
That's the
Like
secret.
I'm walking my dog this morning thinking like, God, like there's no plan that works out at all. Like no matter what, everything can look so good, like open road, everything perfect, weather's great, and
You stepped
boom,
in. You stepped in it.
your car's on fire and everything's exploding around you. You're on vacation in Hawaii. Boom. I don't know if it's too soon. TK, what the fuck is going on? I'm 47, bro. I don't remember fires at all.
There's a lot of fires out there right
now. Like now it is next level going
right?
on.
Like these pre-construction homes are just like spontaneously combusting.
That's like tip of the iceberg. Forget about the inner city scams.
They're just lighting on fire. Is it the same guys lighting the house fires that's lighting the forest fires in the Northwest Territories?
I'm guessing not
probably not the same guys,
and probably different,
not for the
same
reason
either.
Too.
Yeah, like I think these are two different things
Hawaii
going
too,
on
man.
right now.
It's
and the realtors, the realtors just jump in apparently in Hawaii. You hear that? There was a video of this lady going, you know, like everybody's dead and everything's burned to the ground, and the fucking realtors are calling right away trying to buy our land.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Fuck,
I don't know if it was realtors, investors, or whoever, but everyone wanted to invest in Hawaii, thinking like this was a good time to do it. Too soon.
Did their price go up?
Seriously.
Like, did the offers go up from before? Because I mean, like they can't just be making offers for the first time now. This is primo real estate.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's a small island.
The world is literally on fire, whether it's an insurance scam, whether you can't close on the house and you pay a guy to jump in there and get caught on camera, whether like there's a forest fire, or whether there's some crazy new age weapon that just got blasted on you. Like there's fires all over the place.
Think about that for a second. Think about how much money there is out there when this becomes like a national story of people trying to buy people's properties in Hawaii after they've burnt down. That's just like a bunch of money, whether it's a realtor or an investor, some investor trying to capitalize, who's got cash, who's trying to be able to make some money, and he's looking for a deal. There's money, like Darryl, there is money out there. The world is full of money. Wants a
deal.
There's an abundance of money everywhere you go.
But you're not joking.
All you need to do is look. I'm not joking.
You're not joking. It's fucking crazy. Okay, so here, check this out. I got a great story.
Darryl, before we do anything else, okay? Before anybody goes any further, before you talk about any more of the aliens or any other nonsense that you're about to share with us.
I'm on the edge of my seat, TK.
We need people to subscribe to the channel.
We do.
It's like the most important thing in YouTube, for the algorithm to put us out there in the interweb so more people can hear the great stories on the Canadian Real Estate Show.
We need you to subscribe. We need you to like. And you know what actually people are doing a lot of lately? Sharing. Share. Please share this with somebody.
Drop it on your social media. Share it in an email.
Somebody else you know must
want
to watch this show. Such a great show, TK.
Love you guys.
You're doing a great job. You really are. And it wasn't even on my list. And my list is huge. And like, let's just say the words Evergrande again at the beginning of the show, TK. Because we have to talk about Evergrande at some point during the show. So my daughter works at this brokerage now, which you know. And so she's showing me, oh my God, Dad, this beautiful house is closing in a few days. It's in Oakville. It's like 6.3 million. And I'm like, is it closing? Right? Because like imagine like having to close a $6.3 million house right now in this environment that you bought a few months ago. I mean, your interest rate's fucked if you're borrowing money. Or you're so loaded.
Less people are borrowing money in that price point.
You're so loaded, but hold on a sec. So I'm looking at the house, right? And I go, so, you know, what did it trade for before? So the house sold for 6.3 million now, but before, which was 2 years ago, TK, maybe 3 years ago. I feel like it was 2 years ago. Sold for 3.4 or something. Okay. So some guy built a new house, sold it for 3.4 a couple years ago, and then somebody sold it to this guy for 6.3. And I was like, there's no way that this is going to close. Like, these numbers don't make any sense to me. How is this thing going to close? Because, like, let's just say the guy put 50% down, right? That's still $3.15 million mortgage. And at, like, even if you got a good rate at 5%, like,
no.
How much money is that a
point?
month?
Yeah, at that point, you're buying them cash because, like,
you're buying
like
cash,
how much mortgage did you really qualify for? Like,
But
I had
hold on.
one guy get a $2 million mortgage one time.
But hold on.
Other than that,
the story gets crazier. So as we're looking into it, I'm like, I gotta know who bought this thing. So it closed, right?
Closed.
And they're all public information.
Yeah.
Guy's a YouTuber, man.
The guy's a YouTuber. And coincidentally,
he's a YouTuber and he's making a shit ton of cash, I guess, because he closed on that fucking house.
Is it somebody who's refused to be on our show?
No, not like a real estate guy.
Oh,
just a YouTuber.
Yeah.
But what the hell is going on?
So he's definitely not a real estate YouTuber if he's buying that house.
But check this out. You got YouTubers buying $6.3 million homes, okay? Yeah. And either feeling like they got enough cash flow to pay this mortgage, whatever it is, or with cash, which is crazy. Yeah. And like you got all these people that are getting laid off in construction right now.
Double what the last guy paid for it.
But 45,000 people gone in construction. And no one knows, like, people are living in tents and YouTubers are able to buy houses for 6.3 million. And what the fuck is going on? Everything's on fire. There's UFOs all over the place. What, like, this is crazy, isn't it? Like, how do we do this, TK? How do
it seems like it?
Right. And so now Evergrande, on top of everything, just gets thrown into this crazy fucking fire of nonsense.
It never left. Evergrande never left. It was just now in the
blanketed over
for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. So that's the difference.
What? Say that again.
In the States, they filed for bankruptcy because they have U.S. creditors.
But they weren't bankrupt in China before.
But this issue has been there since 2021. Like they've been
I think 2020.
They've just been patching holes. You know what I mean? Like they've been they're in a lifeboat and they're just trying to hold everything with their hands. And we all knew this was coming.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people didn't think that China would stay shut down the whole time and not get the economy going again. Like nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw them like dealing with the pandemic longer than anybody, and just like, especially the way they dealt with it. Like you would have thought they would have stomped that thing out. But anyways, like it's like, do you remember when we talked about Evergrande the first time and we were like, this is gonna have some repercussions, and we didn't know what they were, but like that was the tipping point. Things started going to shit right then. But now they actually like,
well, Foch thinks it's like the tip of the iceberg here, you know, or the straw that broke the camel's back, whatever metaphor you want to use.
This time,
yeah. I don't.
You don't.
I think that the effects from Evergrande happened already. Like we've already been experiencing it, you know, like it's been, you know, a huge major sort of global recession in the development world. And we're seeing it here. Look how many development projects are not moving forward. Look how many developers now have been put under receivership. Look how many sites are going to be coming up where people are not able to develop them for various reasons. Look how much less money there is. Housing starts are down. This isn't just in Canada. This isn't just in Toronto. This is everywhere. They're talking about it in the States. They're talking about it in Europe. They're talking about it everywhere. Nobody is experiencing a boom right now as far as new housing starts. Right.
But we need more housing. Like, look at what's going on around here. I mean, I don't know what it's like in other places. I don't think anybody's bringing in new immigrants at the pace
we have
the
biggest shortfall. Yeah.
Like we didn't even know what our real shortfall was before. And now it's like, holy shit. My daughter was at Ridfest.
Again, not pumping the market. The market's going down. Everybody hide and cover and get out of real estate. Okay, there you go. But I'm telling you right now, one of my listings, that's like, you know, $600,000 listing, you know, price to get some action. I have like 20 showings between 1 and 4 o'clock today.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
Because
there's a
that's
lineup of, there's not even enough parking on the street. It's
what
a
is
court.
it?
It's a detached 2-story in Oshawa with 3 bedrooms. It's just like
Detached 2-story in Oshawa for 600,000.
600,000.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
What a steal!
it's a steal.
It's a fucking steal, but it's not
Yeah.
going for 600, is it, TK?
Look, we're gonna find out what it goes for next week.
We're gonna
But
find
20
out.
people are gonna be there, all waiting at the door for each other, and there's no parking. You're gonna have to
Bully
walk
offer
5 minutes,
for sure. Forget about
right?
that. You're gonna be seeing offers tonight.
No, not a
Sight
chance.
unseen.
But there's buyers, right? Like you have a huge amount of people looking for housing right now, and the lower the price point, the more buyers there are. You know?
The lower the price point, the more
Yeah.
buyers can actually
Well, think
maybe
about
do
it.
something.
If you're like a guy this week, okay, we had a condo that was sold, and one of the guys who's making an offer, he was an agent, nice guy, really nice guy, just got his real estate license, super, like you could tell he was just, above board, great guy to deal with. It was multiple offers. He didn't end up getting the property, but he's new to Canada. He's trying to buy his first home, you know, he's getting a mortgage for the first time. He's, trying to start a family, all
Now,
that kind of stuff, right?
oy,
What are his options? So this is about an $850,000 purchase. It would have been. What is that going to cost him every single month? Let's say he puts down a couple $100,000. Let's say he needs, $500,000 mortgage, $3,000 a month plus, maintenance fees and everything. It costs him $4,000 a month to have his own place, right?
how much is he making?
Whatever. Think about what it's going to be for
Whatever.
rent. I'm just saying, think about what it's going to be for rent. He's not going to get a place less than $3,000 and he's renting. So for him, he's just like, look, this is a struggle. I've been saving. It's hard. It's not easy. Da 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 da. But for $4,000 a month and all my life savings, I get to go and buy a condo. I don't care where the market's going. I don't care what the rates are. I'm going to live in that place downtown, or I can go and pay $3,000 a month rent somewhere else to start my, family and be in a good place. What would you choose? Right?
I don't know, man. I would fucking move.
Well, I'm
I'm
just
ready
saying,
to move right now.
new to Canada, this is their life. That's just the story of the week. So all these people
Everybody.
lining up at the showings today, they're on the same boat.
Oh,
$600,000 going to get a 3-bedroom house that maybe
how
needs
many?
some updating and whatever, electric baseboard heat, and you're
How
gonna.
many of those poor people think they might have a shot at getting it like near 600 though? That's the crazy
Well,
thing.
we'll see.
Is
It's
you
not
got,
that far off. It's not that far off.
yeah, we'll see.
I'll tell you. I'll update you next
We'll
week.
see. Yeah, I can't wait to hear like tomorrow or the next. When's the first time people can see the house?
Thursday, and it offers around Thursday next week.
Thursday and Thursday, so you can make offers immediately.
No,
you're not
Thursday
holding
last
back
week,
offers?
Thursday next week, 1 week.
Oh, so people have already been seeing it, and you
Yeah.
don't have a bully offer yet?
No,
What the
I
hell's
put in
wrong
the
with this
listing. No
house?
preemptive offers.
So what? What does that mean?
Why would you take a bully offer? Think about it. The guy wants your home.
I'm not
His
saying
strategy,
take it.
his
I'm saying
strategy
you
is to
should
get the
have
property
one.
for cheaper. So he brings the bully offer in, not because he wants to help the seller, because he
Yeah.
wants to help himself. He
I'll
wants to
give
get
you
it
an
for
offer
cheaper.
right now.
He
TK.
knows that it's going to sell for more next week, so he brings in a bully offer.
Let's go.
And
Let's double end this baby. I'll give you
if
an
you
offer
let
right
all
now.
your
Let's go.
you let all your emotions take control, you end up taking it. Instead, you say, no, I don't even want to see it. And you wait for the offer date. And that same guy who would have brought you that same price will show up again with that same offer or even more. And usually it ends up selling for more than what his bully offer was. And I've seen that like 100 times now. So
Look what you
very
just
rarely
did.
is it,
You're a
do I
genius.
regret not taking a bully offer? Very, very rarely.
You just snuck your listing in there, you bastard. That was a genius move. I'm trying to talk about Evergrande, and you
Pumping
just
the market
snuck
over
in
here.
your
Jeez.
goddamn listing. That's a
I'm just saying,
move.
Evergrande.
Yeah, Evergrande. No, but hold on.
Evergrande.
Imagine
Yeah.
I see like, okay, Canada's like, hey, like, come, we want as many people as we can get, and everybody in China's like, holy shit, like our money is fucked here. Like, we got to get out of this place. We got to get our money out quickly. So where do we go? How do we? Oh, Canada will take me for sure. I don't even have to like have a brain anymore to get into Canada. I just wave this cash around a little bit. Hopefully I don't get sniped by somebody on this side before I leave. Hopefully my cash makes it across. But Jesus Christ, how can you live in China? Like everything is like you're being surveilled everywhere. All your money just disappeared because Evergrande going chapter 15 or whatever the fuck they're calling it here, like there's the next one is going to fall, and then everybody that like Evergrande owes is gone because their receivables just went up in smoke that they've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. So much will come from this. It's not a nothing burger. We didn't see it 2 years ago. People have been hanging on, waiting, hoping rates are going to cut and these guys figure it out and get going again, right? Sell off enough assets to keep the thing afloat. But they just keep getting choked. Like, oh, we're going to fucking kill you no matter what. We want you dead. They're doing this, right? And everybody has to do something. They're not just going to be like, oh, all right, let's just leave all the rest of our money here. Maybe we'll buy another pre-con.
I don't know what type of development they're doing in the States, like how many projects would be under their control, but I'm pretty sure it's predominantly in China, right?
Well, I think they're like defaulting on the
creditors.
The loans.
And so to me, it's like, yeah, okay, some investors are going to lose their money. Like that's what happens when, you know, the markets change. But as far as like
the people that bought the units, though, like don't forget
that's in China, and the Chinese government, you know, has the authority and resources to be able to bail out any developers that they choose. So again, to me, it's not a nothing burger, but this is not a like the Canadian real estate market is about to change moment.
It's not going to change. Story. No effect here once again. So here I am again, a couple of years later, waving the flag, going, hey guys, here we go.
This is the referral cliff moment, deferral cliff moment.
Okay. So that's good. Cause I mean, I hope nothing changes because we're about to like ask for a lot of money, right? Borrow a lot of money at some stupid interest rates.
Yeah. Nothing's changing.
Nothing's changing.
We need housing and nobody's building.
Well, listen, everybody's abandoning their houses.
What does Warren Buffett say, right? What does Warren Buffett say, right?
Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
Buy when people are fearful.
Right.
Yeah.
And sell when people are greedy.
Mm-hmm. Right? Well, I keep telling myself that as we move forward on this project, they get closer and closer to going firm. Right.
Yeah.
I keep going, like, shit, this is kind of dumb, but I don't know. Listen, I think back, my uncle, he's really my cousin, but my uncle, who is a gigantic real estate mogul in this city. Like, I remember every time the market was going down and I used to go in there and I'd ask him, like, you know, hey, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm buying. I am buying. The banks are lending me money. I'm buying. They don't lend everybody money. I'm buying. And every time I go see him, he's like, I'm buying. Really, like just constantly, right? Because there was the money and he was able to get it. So he kept buying. And you know what? If you're buying when people are fearful and you got a long enough time horizon, I suppose you can make a lot of money. But fuck, if this thing lasts longer than expected, it could be fucking bad, man.
Do we have a guest today or no?
Yeah, we're supposed to, but I just got a out of office automatic reply. So I don't believe
maybe we don't have a guest today.
No, I mean, listen,
that's okay.
You know that button you press when you accept it and it pops onto your calendar? Actually, you don't know that. You're not very good with that.
What? I do that every time.
Every time, but
every time.
Fairly often you say, hey, Darryl, like,
what it was, there was something wrong.
Send me the
link.
Computer,
but now it just emails me like right before the show. And then I just have to get on the link from that way.
Right. Yeah. See, I've got this like, set up so easy. And I think even for the guest, it's like, hey, reminder, like you're going on the Canadian.
I get that reminder and I get it.
So we won't call him out for
it's all good
standing us up.
Oh my God. We haven't been stood up for a long time, Darryl.
You know what though? It's a good thing because
3 weeks.
I have so much on this page. I've never had so many notes on this page. Like it's really fucking bananas.
Just do me a favor, okay? Do me a favor, Darryl. Okay. Like lately, I've noticed something that you've been doing to me lately. Okay.
Sorry.
You've been stumping me.
I am
on the questions
so sorry.
You know I don't have the answers to.
What like
did you hear about the aliens landing on that beach in Italy last night?
I don't think you don't know. I actually give you the benefit of the doubt that you're not under.
You're like you don't know.
I can't even believe you.
No, I wasn't on the beach in Italy last night. I didn't see any aliens.
No aliens.
You're like, oh my God, bro. You know, what do you do all day?
What do you do all day?
Like
kind of sell some real estate, maybe.
I don't read news about the aliens landing on the beach in Italy, I guess.
It's my whole
Don't try to
feed,
stump me
man.
today,
It's my
okay?
whole
So
feed.
just play along as if I do know instead of asking me whether I know or not. Okay, do me a favor here. Okay, try to make me look good.
Well, how don't
right?
you look worse if you like pretending to play along and you're like, yeah, totally.
Well, especially if it's a major event
then you
too that I
just
haven't,
change the
you know,
subject.
you're like, you know, like
There's so many
that lady just
major
got.
events. What? That lady, what? How
Well, no,
about
I was
them?
going to make up a story that, you know, everyone would know about, and then maybe I wouldn't know about it. I'm
Well,
not
let's
watching
have a real
CP24.
story about a lady that's kind of disheartening, I
What
think.
happened?
Well, we got this mayor of Wilmot or something like that. Wilmot, which is outside of Kitchener. Okay. Like you don't even know that. Ever hear of Wilmot?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
probably have. Of
No, no,
course
of
you
course
have.
not. I
Sure
know,
you
but
did.
she's not getting paid that much money in Wilmot.
What's
The
the
mayor of
difference? She's the
Wilmot.
fucking mayor, man. She can't even
She
afford
getting
to
paid to be
live
the
in her
mayor.
parents'
She needs
basement.
another job to be the mayor of
Oh, you
Wilmot,
need
wherever
another
it is.
job to be the
Yeah,
mayor. So why don't they absorb Wilmot into Kitchener or something?
right. Like
Like what the
Wilmot,
fuck is going
they're
on
like
here?
8 people, and they're going, "Hey, listen,
Hey,
we really should have a mayor because we want to make our own decisions here. We don't want Kitchener making decisions for us.
what
Can
do you
we pay
mean?
the mayor? No, we can't really pay the mayor. We don't really
50
collect any revenue from anybody.
50% of the town over COVID tripled in price. They had 4 sales. She was looking at one of the houses like,
She wanted to
I'm
buy
going to
one of
pay
the 12
250
houses,
for this in
yeah,
6 months, and boom, next
and
thing you
boom,
know, somebody's buying it for 750,
yeah." She
and the
can't afford to
mayor
buy
is
a
priced
house in
out.
her own town.
No,
Yeah.
but this is crazy. Like wages and prices are so far out of whack right now.
There are,
And we're just flooding the market with more people that need wages.
yeah.
So what happens to wages now? Oh, and don't forget, automation and AI is wiping out jobs all over the place. Pretend like it's not happening. I don't care. But like people are getting wiped out, like disintegrated, literally, if you're in Maui, but like
Too soon,
people are
girl.
getting wiped out
Too soon.
all over the place right now. And it's like, there's no need for this. There is no need. Why? Why can't we just like, okay, we got like all these people, they're lining up for security jobs. They'll do anything. Okay. They'll do anything. We need construction, but we're laying off construction workers because builders won't build. But, like, okay, forget about roads because there's enough road work going on, but we must need something. Like the city must need some giant infrastructure projects that don't necessarily cause more traffic. Like, I don't know, building a whole ton of houses for people to live in, maybe.
Well, look at all the projects that are underway right now. I mean, they've got, obviously they're talking about like social housing projects coming from office spaces and all that. But then you have the Create TO. So the condo I just sold this week next door, the guy buys the condo. It's like a firm deal. Got to bring me my deposit. The agent calls me up and goes, "Oh, my guy wants to back out of the deal." I said, "What do you mean he wants to back out of the deal? It's a firm deal." You know, my client in this particular case is a lawyer. And I said, "Well, my client's a lawyer." I said, "I don't think that's the person that you want to be backing out of a firm contract with." Right. And explained to him all the consequences. Yeah. And so, you know, he brought me the deposit, but he says the reason why he wanted to back out is because he found out right next door they were building a building that was being built by Create TO. And on Create TO's website, it says like, you know, who's going to be there? Affordable and institutional and all this kind of stuff. I said, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "Do you know what an affordable rate is downtown Toronto and Fort York? Do you know what? It's going to be a $2,500 freaking 1+ den. That's what they're going to call as an affordable unit." I said, "Who do you think can afford something like that? Like, you're not going to have homeless people living in there, right? It's a brand new building. It's just going to be set. What they do is they just set rates and they make sure that the rates in the building, you know, maintain a certain level below market."
Yeah, you don't have to tell me. I'm like the affordable rental replacement housing like guru now. Holy cow, what a crash course I've had.
Yeah.
I thought I knew some before, but this is like
but even on that like
level.
city side, right? When you've got this, you know, municipal government project, which took years for them to ever really even come to fruition. I mean, they've been talking about it forever. But as far as actually creating housing, I mean, wolf, I'd like to see this building complete. You know, once I see the building finished, then I'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, they've actually done it." But right now, all it is
how many units? Like, come on, we're not making dents and we're burning people out of their homes. Like, we need more than we even did last week. Right? People are getting displaced all over the world.
What type of feedback did you get from the green belt video last week? Like, I sent you some pretty good feedback. Anybody else talk to you about it?
I don't know. Like I've been very busy in my own world this week with moving the project along. And I don't know. I mean, I'm in the comments. So the comments were basically I think, some people thought that maybe Gundobad needed a bit more
I think
education on
Gundobad's
the
a really, genuine environmentalist. And I think he really does care about the environment. And that guy will attach himself to whatever cause he can get to because he does really care about the environment. I mean that.
Sure.
I'm not saying like he's got any negative intentions. If he thinks that it's going to protect the environment, whether it creates housing or not, or there's a conspiracy surrounding it or not, he's all for it, and that's his thing, right? So that's why he was
the bigger story is that like you do something that is shady, fine. You get caught for doing something shady, fine. Nothing happens to you when you do something shady, not so fine. But we're all just sitting here going, oh, like we can't pay our mortgage, right? Because like we got bigger fish to fry than the green belt even, because we don't know if aliens are dropping nukes on us right next, or if our mortgage is gonna
or there's gonna be a fire
be paid, or we may have to light our own fires, right?
Yeah.
But look, you've got 50-year amortizations that are normal now. Okay, this is not good for society.
It's not normal. You got interest, midterm financing. It's not normal. It's not somebody going to get a mortgage at the time of refinancing or purchase.
Wait. It is in 6 months. It is. This is the primer. Get used to it. Not a 50-year AMs and interest-only loans are a thing at a theater near you. So come next year for sure.
No, Aussie's been very vocal about what they're doing. They're even, I forget the name of it, but they're even, right now, because I was talking to someone about the line of credits. You could only have a line of credit registered up to 65% loan to value now. So before it used to be 80. Like they're really dialing back down the Canadian banking system's regulations to be able to ensure that people don't have their homes over leveraged. The stress test is still here. There's no indications that they're going to take that away.
You're going to qualify at 19% now,
right? The
that worked before. I mean, the stress test was really helpful on the last round of pain. Like that worked.
Look, at the end of the day, like they're protecting the banking system. The issue was from 2008 when we continued to keep interest rates a lot lower. We continued to pump the market when we didn't really need it. There was a huge issue in the States with their banking system. There wasn't an issue with our banking system at the time, right?
Oh shit, there wasn't. We just pretended there wasn't.
There wasn't. And the effects were minimal, and they overreacted because there was, job market stuff and there was other economical stuff. There's a lot of fear in the market for a brief period of time. And then so they overinflated the market since then. And OSFI, in my opinion, should have done things a long time ago to be able to curtail that. Awesome. Unfortunately, now we're here where we are. Yeah.
What about TIF? What about the Bank of Canada? You don't think they should have?
Well, that's another thing, but they're a whole separate entity. They got their own agenda for the economy. But OSFI is here to protect the banks because now the banks are exposed. That's why they're doing all these things. The banks are over leveraged right now.
Actually, one thing that Gundobad guy said that made a fuck ton of sense now that I'm thinking back on it. I actually did a little research on it.
Yeah.
Was that Century initiative that he talked about with the 100? It's a real thing, man. They got a whole website and everything. They got
a website. It's .org.
But they're like it's a pretty scary website. Go to it.
Of course,
it's a little intense.
I'm good. I don't need to read
this makes sense now. Yeah. If you want to get by 2100, the year 2100, you want to get 100 million people in this sucker.
This is like, what you do.
You're not even going fast enough. If my math is correct, you got to put your foot on the pedal, which means what? I guess it's good to own something in the GTA. Anywhere.
Where are they going to go? Like London, Hamilton, Kingston. Like eventually they got to start going. They got to start going to places that there's less people.
Right? That mayor's never going to be able to afford a place in Wilmot. But this is the thing. This is like when I was telling you about the guy on the boat up in Muskoka or whatever, where it's like the locals got to move even further to afford to live because they can't even like make enough money to afford a place that's 350.
Yeah.
Okay. Like this is crazy. So how does this work? I mean, I guess, is this what New York just always feels like?
There's a big thing that's changed that people just don't ever factor in. And every time we talk about this conversation, we talk about real estate prices inflating. We always talk about real estate, land costs is higher. You know, we talk about cost of construction has gone up. You know, like those are always the focus. The value of the dollar has gone down. It's
Big
in
time.
every area of our life. So it's not that the locals or the people from Toronto or whatever have pushed the locals out of the market where now they've paid more money. It's just the locals are like, the same $10 that I had before no longer buys the same stuff. And I'm upset about that.
Right.
And the biggest effect they have is on housing because that's where they live.
Right.
But they don't go and they say, well, I'm paying double for, you know, those grapes, or I'm now paying more for gas, or I'm now paying more for my clothes, or now I'm paying more for that item I used to get. There's something I bought. Oh, my trip. I'm going away in 2 weeks. And I was just looking at like each year I go there and I'm like, what did I pay the first year? What did I pay the second year? And it's doubled. It's doubled.
Yeah. Everything's doubled now.
And so it's just like, this is what you need to expect. And so luckily for people who are in business, luckily for people who are, you know, maybe just getting into their jobs because they're renegotiating their salaries, luckily for people who are able to, you know, create additional streams of income, whatever, their incomes are going up.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are on fixed incomes,
who are, you
know, retiring, who are in jobs where they've been in it a long time, where they were only getting so much increase. My mom's pension got like a 6%. She's a teacher, you know, 6 point something percent increase, annual increase for inflation. You know, teacher's
like
pension
now,
knows what they're doing.
Did they settle something? That's a whole other thing.
No, that's the pension. That's the pension,
right.
not the teachers who are actively working.
Oh.
Pension. So this is all the things that, you know, people
pension
aren't really
gets a bump.
Yeah. So these are all the things that people aren't taking into account, is that the money that you had from 5 years ago is not the same money. And stop thinking of it like the same money. When people are like, prices are too high, they need to come down. The value of the dollar would have to drop significantly. We'd have to be in a deflationary period in order for us to ever get back anywhere close to anything we had before. That's the issue.
Nobody wants that either, though. This is the issue.
How much more money is out there now? How much more money is in circulation? So we need a bunch of money to evaporate, which is what's happening in the markets. Like things like Evergrande is money evaporating. Mm-hmm. Somebody had some money. It was sitting in a bank account somewhere. They created it through debt, and it was in the stratosphere somewhere. And they said to Evergrande, hey, you take the, you know, the binary code or whatever they call it, and you transfer that money from your account, my account, to your account, and you use it to do whatever you want, and you're going to give me a piece of paper that says you owe it to me. And now that digital money's gone. Now that money it was never seen, it never existed, and now it's gone, and somebody else is going to pay for it. Right.
And the government is making up other reasons to like put money out there, like your $400 grocery credit that's going to help you not starve to death.
Great. Well, right. I'm waiting for that grocery credit.
Yeah, where is that grocery credit? Right. For
I got like $200 there not that long ago. What was that for?
I don't know.
$200 for something. I don't get checks from the government often.
I can't.
When I do, I cash them.
How much groceries cost. My wife comes back like every couple of days going like, I just spent $250. I didn't even buy anything.
Yeah.
I just spent $450. I didn't even buy anything.
You got big stomachs in your family there. You got two big.
There's 100 people living in this house.
And one.
And the dog. The dog costs a fortune.
Too, right? Yeah.
Dog, man. Holy smokes. This is a full house.
Darryl, what caused your downfall in 2023? Groceries.
Bloody
groceries, man.
Holy
it was brutal.
Jesus.
Hey, it was brutal. Can we talk about the deal at all, Darryl, yet or no?
Sure. You want to talk about the deal? What do you want to talk about? What about it?
Well, I mean, we got a deal that you're working on, and it's a pretty important thing. The thing that I'm I'll pump you up a little bit here.
It's important. It's important. Like, on what level is it important? We're providing housing for the ultra.
Yeah, you're providing
uber
housing
wealthy
for rich people. Yeah, but like, just so people can understand, right? Like, this site's sitting there for God knows how long. 20
I am
years.
A savior. It's true.
20 years.
18 years.
That's just the last tenants. Think about how long it might have been developed before then, right? Like, this is a long time, right?
Mm,
So for 20 years, this site is sitting there in this prestigious location on this beautiful street. Everybody knows about it. Every developer in the whole entire bloody universe has looked at this deal and tried to figure out a way to make it work. But everyone had this lens. They were looking at it from this certain way. There was certain things that were in place that everyone would say, it's impossible. You're never going to be able to have the rental replacement issue resolved, right?
that was a big issue.
Big issue.
Big
and
issue.
so, if you got to replace 11 units and you can only build 10, I'm not very good at math. I would say I'm like maybe just like an average or above average mathematician, but
yeah, and
10 minus
10
11
you
is
can't
negative
even
1.
get, but you can't even get 10. Like it was
right. 10 would be
8
lucky.
townhouses or 7 townhouses or something.
So we're negative housing here, so it didn't work out,
No.
but you found a way.
It looks like it.
You found a way. It's a really expensive way.
Well,
that
I
no
think
one else
it's worth doing.
Do.
Yeah, it's just that nobody else wants to put that extra bit of effort.
No one else thought about it. No one else thought about it.
Nobody else thought about even.
No one else thought about it
because they wanted to avoid the effort, or because I'm just such a bloody genius.
You're probably a
Is
genius,
there a C choice? Is there a choice?
Not
C?
like
just a lucky dumb fucker. Yeah.
No. But the main thing is that everybody else was looking at this deal going,
great deal.
Okay, I need to replace these units on this site. Why do I need to do this? How can I avoid it? Can I talk to my lawyer? Oh, he says I can't avoid it. How do I build this? Oh, I can only build so many. Doesn't work. And you were able to find a way to be able to build the units offsite and take those units to another project.
And so I wonder, I mean, listen, it's not a deal. It's not agreed upon, but it is, it's got support right now, right? It's got a lot of support from all the right people. But it's so interesting because it's the situation more than anything. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. I came in and I figured out a way to do it, but it's also the timing. Okay. And not to discredit my knowledge and my ability and the fact that I'm in tune with the market and what's going on. Right. That's a big part of it. But it's also the timing and what's going on with this fucking housing crisis and mandates. And like they have numbers and they're never going to get to them. So I got to think if you have some kind of reasonable plan and you're not being a total dick, like you'll get some support. And if you add on top of it that it's a AAA plus location that's been derelict for 18 years, and the neighbors have formed a YIMBY alliance.
A YIMBY alliance.
A
YIMBY alliance. Okay. It's the opposite of NIMBY. Right.
Right. Like
the neighbors say yes in my backyard.
There just happened to be the right kind of stew brewing here, right? And then it took me to come in and just go, okay, guys, like all of us together, we're gonna do this. We're gonna clean this up. What do you need from me? I'm a servant, TK.
What's the single most important thing that is responsible for this great service that you're providing to the community? I'm going to give you the answer. You don't need to guess.
Is it you?
It's the Canadian Real Estate Show.
It's definitely the Canadian Real Estate Show.
Without this show, this deal would not be happening.
No. And you actually announced it at the end of one of the shows, almost as a lark. And I had to edit it out so nobody would steal the deal.
I thought an 8-digit deal just sitting on the sidelines that nobody wanted couldn't possibly be the golden goose that it was.
Well, I mean, time will tell, but to me, it looks wonderful. And yeah, I mean, I kind of don't love talking about my deals on here because I want to educate people. But what a great way to educate by kind of following a deal that's going through the process and watching my frustrations through trials and tribulations. Last time I didn't really talk about the deal that much that I was working on, did I?
That was a great deal. That deal
was a great deal.
Movie, a Netflix movie. But this deal that maybe you can do us a favor and update us from time to time.
Yeah, for sure. It's exciting.
Hopefully we can put it together. We still got time. We still got big mountains.
We still got a little bit of work to do, but like I feel like I've got it extraordinarily far at this point.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty confident and comfortable with where we're at. And like, so is the rest of the group, which is even more important than me liking it. Right. Because once I do my thing, I have to make sure other people understand it properly and feel comfortable putting their money into it. Right.
Yeah.
I know everybody thinks
you made
I
a
got
lot of
all
those
this
guys
money,
a lot of
but
money.
yeah,
you've made your guys a lot of money. So I think that people have trust in you, and you know, there's a lineup
one of them
to get in on your next deal. That's
one of them just got his new Lambo. He's a Lambro.
He's a Lambro.
You should see this car. Holy Jesus. The other one got a crazy Porsche too. Yeah. But anyways, TK, we got bigger fish to fry because I think we're going to be locked down and in masks again soon.
100%.
New variant.
New variants are out there.
Well, last time that happened, what happened to the real estate market though? Holy.
I actually sent an email out today for those 30 showings or whatever it is, 20 showings between 1 and 4. And I sent an email to all the agents letting them know that we are not in COVID styled era showings and that they all need to share the space and have multiple people in the house at the same time.
You have to put that in the message?
I sent a message out. Yeah.
Why?
Because people are you can't have a lineup at the door when someone's going to walk through the house for 15 minutes. And like, it's like the first house they've ever seen. They're not even like going to buy anything.
Doing that?
What?
Is that not like just a
some agents will be very like, oh, it's like my time and I'm in here with my no. Listen, everybody open the door. It's like an open house. Walk through with your clients. The house needs work. Most people won't even like it.
Right. Yeah, house needs work. Yeah.
House needs updating. 600 grand.
This is the thing. This is the thing. I don't like how many people want to deal with a renovation. Like I want to deal with a renovation. Maybe it's easier to deal with a renovation if you don't know about renovations. No?
Yeah. I think that's what it is.
Like for me,
people want to do renovations because they are, looking for something specific, but the average person would just love to have a turnkey property, including myself.
Sure.
Yeah. I've done all the renos before. It's horrible.
So, but if you're selling a house that definitely needs renos, then you're like really restricting your potential sales pool, no? Especially nowadays.
If you're selling a house?
Well, if you're the seller and you're selling something that needs to be fixed up, you're limiting the amount of people that are willing to buy it. No, or are people just going to buy anything right now? Like, I don't understand what's going on.
What else can you get for $600,000? That's detached.
You have to
be a walkout basement. It's on a court. It's a pie-shaped lot, and it backs onto a ravine too.
Yeah, call me and details in the link below. Right.
Listen, but the market's going down. It's not a good time to buy. Don't buy. This is a horrible time to buy. Just stay put. Put your money into something safer, like
like a GIC.
Bonds. Yeah, there you go. Get a nice
what about
GIC.
Bonds? Look at the bond deals on the 10-year treasury. You see what's going on over there?
Absolutely
floating. Absolutely. Yes, you
price.
do.
It's only going up.
It is going up like a firecracker.
Absolutely. And that's where it should be. Good. The market's telling us they think rates are going to go further. Inflation just ticked up again. This is what happens. We've seen this story.
It ticked up again. They keep raising the fucking interest rate.
We've
keep
seen this
letting
story
Gale
again.
and Weston get away with murder.
No, gas prices were like artificially low for a little while because of the carbon tax. Like there were some things that were inputting into the inflation numbers that we all knew that they were going to be low. And then last year, the inflation rate was also low around this time, right? In the summer months. So comparing it year over year again, it wasn't like a big, surprise that it was going to jump up, right?
But like how much other than shelter, food, and gas or energy, like, does anybody give a fuck if your shirt goes double? Like, I don't care if I got to go buy a different $5 shirt from a different shitty country, right? I care that everything I need is now double. And like, thank God I have a couple of bucks in the bank, okay? Because if I was living paycheck to paycheck, like, I don't know, at least 50% of the people, like, how are you not freaking out? There are grown men crying on TikTok now that, like, did you see this video? Justice Queen. No, because you're not on it. What is it? Is it TikTok?
I'm not on
anything. That's why you're so happy all the time. So level-headed because you're not on any of this shit. Justice Queen posted a video of this grown man crying because he just got laid off last week and he can't pay his fucking mortgage payments. And he's like, why? Like, what did I do? Like, I had a good job. like, what the fuck? Why are they doing this to me? Right?
Yeah.
Why? And okay, so there's been videos of women doing that, and take this take this with a grain of salt. I'm not being an asshole, but like, I can understand women going on TikTok and crying about how hard it is, right? Especially single women, for God's sakes. But like, when guys are able and willing to go on TikTok and cry about how bad it is, it's really fucked up, right? Like, this is not like a little girly girl guy. This is like a big, strong guy who's just fucking had enough and he's having a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
Right. And this is a guy willing to do it on camera. Like, how many people are doing that?
This is the role that, we have right now in society, right? Whether you're a man or a woman, you need to put on your best face, and you need to
start an OnlyFans account. Get going, because
you need to keep moving forward, whatever it is, whether it's getting a new job, getting a second job, renting out a room in your house, cutting back on some of your expenses, selling your home. So many people have so much pride, Darryl. They don't want to sell their home. They say, I own this home. I bought it. I don't want my neighbors to know. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm not. Guys, your ego's not your amigo. You need to sell. You need to get out. You need to take away all that stress. Get it off your shoulders. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to have like major health issues if you put yourself through that type of situation. Just do it like a Band-Aid. Go and move into a 1-bedroom apartment with your 4 kids. Raise them like it's 1950. Do what you got to do.
That's
Get
what I was
yourself back
thinking.
on track a little bit. Like people, it's
like war times.
It gets in their way.
It's like after war times.
It's bad.
Like, people are like, 18 people in a house. And, we talk about, what's funny? Okay. So I see people like agents and people on TikTok and Twitter posting like these ideas of like how you can now make a house a 4-plex, right? And people will just slap up walls and start renting out houses or rooms or whatever. They'll start
without
making
getting any permits
without getting permits, for sure. But like, the city's way of really doing it, like, to get a permit, you basically have to gut any house and redo everything, right? So it's like, this is not gonna help. But
walls, there's some walls.
No, but what's gonna happen is people aren't gonna give a fuck about the rules. There's too many people, and they don't want to live on the streets. They don't want to live in tents, and it's getting fucking colder. I don't know.
But if you're living in a single family neighborhood, and all of a sudden you got 4 kitchens, and there's 4 cars, and there's 12 people, your neighbors are going to call the city if you didn't get a permit.
Are they?
It's absolutely.
What
I just had a listing right now. I had a listing up on the market where the renovations weren't done with the permit, and the neighbor called. So we took it off the market, and she filed everything. She did everything properly, but she didn't have a permit for some of it. So she had to get the drawings. She had drawings, but she had to get them redone. There's some changes. Submitted it to the
Look,
to
those
the
people are trying to survive, and the neighbors are telling
that's what the neighbors are going to do. It's when it's as of right. The neighbors can't say anything. When it's as of right, which is what the city's done, is said, listen, your neighbors have zero input on you getting this building permit or not, and we will issue to you. And as long as you comply with the building code, as per your drawings,
tell you that their neighbors are not behaving properly.
This is what people do. I had a neighbor call me for not getting a permit on my very first house.
We're scared. There's lots of people coming and going all the time, and we're nervous. It's fucking bullshit.
That's what people do.
Fuck them.
Nosy neighbors.
People gotta survive right now. People like there's crazy stories. I wish our guest was on, because he must be dealing with some sad stuff. Like, he does volume, right? And people must be fucking panicking.
We have a lot. We have a lot going on, man. We have a lot of people calling us right now.
But you guys are after. You guys are like last resort. You hear from the people. They are already trying to figure out how to avoid dealing with you.
Sure. No, we're coaching people on how to avoid dealing with us. Like every other meeting I go on.
Is don't deal with me, deal with this guy.
No, is to stay home and find a solution here, because you selling right now and
but
leaving your home, is not going to be, you're going to be renting in your neighborhood. You don't have any other options.
Right.
So I'm trying
you can't even afford that. I hate to break it to you. Right. Yeah. You can't afford to rent in your own neighborhood anymore.
Yeah. So, you look at their situation, and most times, because I'm dealing with people in mostly houses. I mean, we sell condos, but I'm not a huge condo guy. I do maybe like 15% condos. But what I'm trying to say is most of the houses, people have options, right?
Of course you have an
rent
option.
out some of your space. Do what you got to do here. Let's find some income out of this property.
So like, why can't you just add an addition onto the back of your house without your neighbors like sniping the inspectors after you? Do you know how much it adds on? Like a guy who, let's say a guy gets laid off, one of the 45,000, okay? And he's like, fuck, man, I need to make some money. I could like do this work in my backyard and add like a couple of suites to this place. And I'm allowed to do a fourplex. And you know what? Fuck. It's going to cost me all this money and all this time. I need money now. I got to rent this place. Me and Chico and Rodriguez and Sing.
Why are you
over
using
there.
Spanish names?
I said Sing. You did. You cut me off. I wasn't finished the crew. Anyways, they're a wild bunch, and they're a mix of characters. They're a perfect Canadian crew. Okay, big melting pot. And they like to stand around a lot all day and smoke cigarettes. Anyways, I don't even know what the hell am I talking about.
I lost you.
I lost
you.
What was
you're
the
trying to say
renovation
is
crew
that you
for?
believe the answer is that people are going to start doing renovations
Oh,
without
yeah.
permits
Why
to
doesn't
create
he
more
just
housing.
go build it on his own? He has
Doesn't
to
make any
worry the
sense.
neighbor.
The neighbors
Why?
are going to call.
Neighbors are going to call.
Not gonna
Fuck
happen.
those neighbors.
Not going to happen.
We're in a weird place, man. Everybody should just like do what they got to do to survive right now. Yeah. Fuck this. I don't even like, I am so serious, TK. I want to move. I wanted to move before all this. Like for real. It's public knowledge that like our finance minister and our prime minister are part of the World Economic Forum. Okay. Like it's public knowledge. They are part of this crazy crew of people that are fucking up the whole planet right now. Like that don't want us to own shit and want us to eat fake meat and bugs and stuff. Why on top of all the craziness do we even want to stay here? Like, why do I want to live here and make all this money here for them to tax it all, for them to allow all these corporations to charge me like ridiculous amounts of money for a zucchini, for God's sakes? Okay. Like, why do I want to live here anymore? I don't get it. Like, there's got to be a million better places to live. And even in Canada, there's got to be better places to live than here right now. This place is fucked. This place is so fucked. Everything smells shit all over the place. Everybody's angry. You go downtown, it's a fucking cesspool again.
I was downtown yesterday. It was beautiful.
Where?
I was walking along Richmond. No.
Richmond. Where?
Richmond.
Like by the highway? Did you go over there? Because that's really nice these days. Richmond, you know, where it goes up onto the...
I drove through there.
Yeah. Was that the nice part that you're talking about?
No, that wasn't the nice part, but still.
You know,
there was a couple people sleeping on the road and stuff like that, but for the most part, they seemed pretty happy.
How many people just on Richmond were actually sitting in front of establishments asking for money on your saunter?
Every other one.
Every other one, right?
Anyone that
and
was
they
open.
were
yeah.
And that's the guy working in the store. He's sitting out there begging for money while no one's in the store.
Aren't you getting paid for the by the hour here?
Look,
hey,
man.
I know.
This
is the times,
gig economy, right? This is everybody's got a side gig, and everybody's got a side gig. It is crazy. Like I hear stories of, you know, all these people that work in real estate. They all have to do something else, and they all have to get like referral fees or like little, you know, kickbacks, and people's networks are growing.
Toronto real estate agents don't need to work other jobs. They make 2 sales and they survive off that money for the whole year.
Yeah, but
you know, and that's well known. All the North American agents, when we talk to them, they make these jokes, eh?
Yeah.
Like they'll just whatever little side notes about, you know, Toronto real estate agents about how much money they need to actually make, or how many sales they need to make in order to make a certain amount of money. Because the average agent, when he's going in to sell an average home, you know, could be pulling in $30,000.
What the fuck can you do with that nowadays?
Okay, but I'm just saying
that's like a part-time job.
After a couple sales, he's got the same income as, like, you know, somebody
a really shitty
just
job.
came out of law school.
60 grand?
60, 70 grand, yeah.
TK.
Wow.
Buddy, 60, 70 grand gets you shit. And you can never save enough to buy a place without somebody going, here's a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
Can't.
But all I'm saying is that you've got the ability to at least sort of like keep your head above water, you know, and that's one of the reasons why people
what a life.
Yeah, that's why one of the reasons why we have this sort of huge population of agents, and that we're not seeing a high attrition rate, because they don't need to give up their license. They can go and get a second job, or they can just be lazy or whatever, and they can keep that license and they can do the deal. I did a deal with a guy recently, and on closing, and there's all these issues and we had a bunch of problems. The guy's working another job, so he's not available to talk to me until like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm just like, man, this is really inconvenient. This is really inconvenient. Do you think his clients know that? No, right? His clients don't care. So
if he does the job,
yeah. Well, I'm just saying that these are the things that they don't know about, that there could be other issues that are coming up because he's not working full time.
Right.
So we're not going to see it. We're not going to see a decrease in the agent population anytime soon. We're just going to see more people continue to pile in. The people who will be successful. The people who will do 0 to 3 deals a year will be doing 0 to 3 deals a year, right? And it'll just continue to carry on.
So, but all the people like where's everybody working? Those 45,000 people that got laid off in construction, like, are they sitting around waiting for work again?
I had a quote for a guy, my contractor. I had him quote some work at my house. I'm just waiting for my HVAC guy to finish something before he can start. And he was like, I can be there next week.
Oh, yeah.
He was just like, he gave me the quote. He actually gave me the quote, but it went into my junk mail. And so it was a week before he texted me and says, hey, did you get my email? And I was like, I thought you were just too busy to send me the quote, but it was in my junk mail and he sent it to me like right away.
You expected it to take forever or not come at all.
I didn't hear from him. So I thought, man, I guess I'm chopped liver here. Yeah. And so then I said, when are you willing to start? And on like the last weekend, he was like, we can come Thursday, like 4 days from then.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But my HVAC guy, I need a deal on some stuff here. So I gotta be patient so I can get a deal. I'm not gonna pay top dollar for stuff here, Darryl. Come on. It's not my style.
That's the thing. I got a bunch of work to do around here and I want to buy my daughter a car. And I'm like, pretty sure things are going to be a little cheaper in a couple of months. I'm willing to wait.
Yeah. Some deal will come up. I'll wait for the deal to come up.
Right. But I got a feeling like, actually, it's kind of weird. Like, the people that are broke are, I think, the ones that are still out there at the mall buying stupid shit and keeping the wheels moving. Like, I don't know. Even most of the people that I run in circles with are all like, this is enough already. Like, let's tighten up. Like, this is stupid.
And wait for the right opportunity, right?
Yeah.
But when you said that, though, again,
I'm taking cash out of the bank, actually.
It's not that there's a bunch of one type of people going to the mall spending money right now. It's not that there's a one group of people who have more money and that's why they're going on vacations and my trip was double the price than it was before, right? It's not that there's more of one group of people who are out there right now still looking to buy houses. It's that there's more people.
Well, this is a big fact. This is a big thing.
Than what there was before.
And so I have a question here for you. Like, what is keeping the economy? Like,
more people.
Right. And that's
the only goal that the federal government has right now, is to make sure that there's enough people so that
buy the shit.
People who are struggling will be over here.
Yeah.
The people who buy things every once in a while will be out there buying stuff every once in a while, and that will keep the economy going. And the really rich people who own all the stores that all these people are buying from will just continue to get richer and richer and richer.
And they'll live in the building that I'm going to build.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
That's how it works. Yeah. I mean, business people, I mean, unless your business is connected to the housing market, you're doing pretty good right now. But if you talk to real estate lawyer,
talk to people in furniture, talk to the people in furniture,
movers, anybody connected to housing and the housing market, most realtors, you're not hearing good stories right now.
You don't want to be in the furniture market at all right now.
No. Is that closing sale still happening?
Yeah.
This is the best furniture closing sale in the history of closing sales.
We need people to go there. We need people to buy stuff because we need to go out of business, man.
We're trying to go out of business here, guys.
We're trying to go out of business.
Trying to retire. Yeah.
But go to
give it a shout out.
Yeah. Go to Shelter Furniture in Caledonia. The prices are bananas. And I mean,
Good quality furniture too, not like the
It's
cheap
good
stuff
stuff,
that
and it's
like
cool,
you're gonna get other
funky,
places.
pretty modern for the most part, but like
Yeah,
really cool. My house is beautifully furnished. It's really
yeah,
nice stuff. But like right now, like this is a good time to go. We gotta
yeah,
sell, sell, sell. Crazy there. Gotta sell. Let's go. Caledonia. Anyways, TK,
yeah. Did people like, comment, and subscribe to the video? Can you
probably,
tell
but
right
not
now?
enough. We need to actually do that and make sure that they do that because
Yeah.
not enough people subscribe.
Why do we have to
It's like
remind them every single week? It's so
because
tiring.
I think I figured it out. I think
Yeah.
people like it's like currency. It's like they don't want to give it away. Like you gotta
What are you
be
giving away?
really worth
Like,
it
do you
giving
think people
away
are going to
that
say, "Oh, you
subscribe.
liked that video or subscribe to that channel"? You don't know what
I
you're talking
don't
about?
know. It's
Well,
gotta be
nobody knows
really
what you
worth it.
subscribe to.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it for God's sakes. I mean, look,
No,
what do we got to do?
we've
Backflips up here for you?
we'll do it.
We'll do it if we
We'll,
have to. I mean,
like,
Christ.
we know some really good video editors who can make it look like we're doing backflips.
That's right.
So,
That's
yeah,
right. And up and coming
up and
editing
coming,
stars
young
that maybe we
editing
can
stars.
manipulate.
Absolutely,
Get
free
some
labor.
free work done.
Absolutely, it's all
Look at
part of the
us,
plan.
TK. If they haven't checked out the Clips channel, check it out.
Yep. If this was
Don't
too
even
long,
bother
Clips
going to my
channel has got all the good
TikTok.
stuff.
Nothing's
Don't
going
even
on over
bother.
there
No.
anymore. It's a dead channel.
If
No,
you're
but
looking to buy
actually, you know
real
what?
estate, don't.
I had a
Just
great.
stay home. Live in your parents' basement for as long as possible. Don't
Mhm.
buy anything. It's a horrible idea.
No, but you know what you really got to do? Like you
What's that?
really got to learn to be a trade right now. Like what are you
Mm,
doing? Like
yeah,
there's money in being a trade. Get
absolutely.
out there. We need
Yeah,
trades. I don't understand how 45,000 people got laid off, but guess what? Those jobs are going to need replacing and like get in a position where you know how to do one of them and you can
yeah,
start now. Like if you actually know what you're doing, a skilled guy can start at $30 an hour while other people are making like 14,
yeah.
right? But
There's a good
like,
program at George Brown that is being offered right now for people to have like, and it's like it's covered. There's some sort of government program that's covering it for
fuck
people who are
this.
like,
Let's
maybe they
open
need
a
more help
free
than others.
school. Let's,
And it kind of teaches them about a bunch of different trades. You get to kind of taste a little bit of each trade. You get some
yeah,
certifications, forklift, whatever. And then
let's do
afterwards you
that.
say, oh, you know what? I want to be a drywaller.
Let's do that for free. Let's just get a warehouse and just like let people lay bricks in there and build shit and
Let's
see what they like and then
let's do it on
get
the condo building.
recruiters.
Yeah.
Get recruiters over there.
Let's build your condo building with free labor, and it'll be a lesson to
No,
teach new
no,
Canadians on how to build.
no, this is a horrible
It's a
idea.
horrible idea.
It's a horrible idea. But I like the idea of like setting up a free school where guys can go practice and people can come and check them out and recruit them
Yeah.
and give us a
Habitat for
little bit of
Humanity.
money. I don't
But
know, but
they're
like
kind of taking advantage of people, right? Habitat for Humanity.
Habitat's
Like
pretty not
something's
so
going on there,
cool.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm giving them the stuff for free and then they're selling it to somebody else.
Well, and like my wife's aunt and uncle, they go fly to Paraguay and build houses for free
For free.
for
Yeah.
Habitat for Humanity. But I mean, it's not really free.
Yeah.
All that
Somebody's
stuff.
getting paid.
Somebody paid for that shit.
Somebody's paying something. Habitat's not doing that for free.
Yeah, and there's a lot of salaries in that Habitat for Humanity.
Right.
Don't
Look, it's a
check under that
not for
hood.
profit. Listen, I mean, it just
Just a lot of
costs
people are
a lot of money
profiting
to
off of it.
operate. And I
Yeah.
need an $800,000 a year salary in order to be able to ensure that everything gets done properly. We're building a house for the homeless.
Not for profit
Important
for
stuff.
you.
Not for profit for like that guy.
For that guy.
Yeah.
Well, I hope, TK, that we don't have another raise anytime soon in interest rates. I hope, TK, that buying a development site in the city of Toronto is not a foolish move. I hope, TK, that we made this show enjoyable for our wonderful family of fans that we've accumulated over the years, especially the ones that have figured out how to hit the subscribe button.
Especially those guys.
Especially
and I hope someone's keeping track of the swear jar, okay?
And especially, you know what?
The
fucking guy that stood us up today, okay? That swear jar is going to buy somebody a condo.
Yeah.
And TK, big surprise. People have been asking for it. I hope it's going to be on next week's show. I got a little surprise for you, buddy.
Keep it in your pocket.
Little present for you.
Keep it in
I
your
got
pocket.
a rocket in my pocket and it's ready for blast off, TK. Have a good week.
See everyone next week.